Jodie Foster started as a child model and actor and became a Hollywood sensation with her role as a teenage prostitute in Taxi Driver.How she survived the trauma of being stalked by a serial killer who tried to kill President Ronald Reagan only to impress her. From her famous speech at the Golden Globes where she came out as gay in public to why she only chose daring roles. Join us to find out as we take a closer look at the rare stories of Jodie Foster, while you enjoy some rare photos of her. Foster was born on November 19, 1962, in Los Angeles, California. Her mother, Evelyn Brandy Foster, was a publicist and producer who managed her daughter's career from an early age. Her father, Lucius Foster III, was a wealthy businessman who left the family before Jodie was even born. Foster began her professional career as a child model when she was just 3 years old, appearing in commercials and magazines. She then moved on to acting in television shows such as The Doris Day Show, Gunsmoke, and The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Later, she made her film debut in 1972, playing a small role in Napoleon and Samantha. However, it was her role as a teenage prostitute in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver that catapulted her to fame and earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. She was only 12 years old when she filmed the movie and had to undergo psychological testing to prove that she could handle the disturbing material. She also had a body double for some of the more explicit scenes. Her co-star Robert De Niro became a mentor and friend to her, teaching her how to improvise and prepare for a role. Taxi Driver was not the only controversial film that Foster appeared in as a child. She also played a 13-year-old girl who lives alone and kills anyone who tries to harm her in The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, and a young flapper who sings and dances in a speakeasy in Bugsy Malone, a musical comedy featuring children playing gangsters. One of the most sensational stories involving Foster occurred in 1981, when John Hinckley Jr., a mentally unstable man who was obsessed with her, attempted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan, only to impress her. Hinckley had seen Taxi Driver several times and identified with De Niro's character, who plots to kill a presidential candidate in the movie. Hinckley first saw Taxi Driver in 1976, when he was 21 years old. He was immediately captivated by the film and with Jodie. He began to watch the film repeatedly, sometimes up to 15 times in a row. He also bought the soundtrack and memorized the dialogue. He developed a delusional fantasy that he was in love with Foster and that she would reciprocate his feelings if he could somehow impress her. He also wrote letters to Jodie, who was attending Yale University at the time, and tried to contact her by phone, but she either hung up or ignored him. He traveled to New Haven, Connecticut, where he tried to contact her in person but was unsuccessful. He also left poems and messages for her at her dormitory. On March 30, 1981, Hinckley arrived in Washington, D.C., where Reagan was scheduled to give a speech at the Washington Hilton Hotel. He checked into a nearby hotel and wrote a letter to Foster, saying that he was going to do something very historic and very heroic for her sake. He also said that he hoped that she would love him after his act. Hinckley waited outside the hotel for Reagan to come out after his speech. As Reagan walked toward his limousine, he shot Reagan in the chest, grazing his left lung and nearly hitting his heart. Hinckley was immediately tackled and arrested by the police and Secret Service agents. He was taken to a federal courthouse, where he was charged with attempted assassination of the president and other counts of assault with intent to kill. Jodie learned about the shooting from a reporter who called her at Yale. She was shocked and horrified by the news and by Hinckley's involvement. She cooperated with the FBI and gave them copies of Hinckley's letters and tapes of his phone calls. She also agreed to testify against him at his trial. Later, Jodie testified on May 4, 1982 as a prosecution witness. She described her encounters with Hinckley as very brief and very annoying. She said that she had no interest in him and that she felt violated by his invasion of her privacy. She also said that she had no idea why he shot Reagan or what he expected from her.
Do you have a steady boyfriend?
No. No. I don't have time. And I suppose I don't think about it very much.
You see, she had been rumored to be gay for years, but she never confirmed or denied it. She said that she valued her privacy and that she did not owe anything to the public. Well, that changed on January 13, 2013, when Foster received the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Lifetime Achievement at the Golden Globes. In a surprising and emotional speech, Foster finally addressed the speculation about her sexuality and came out as gay in front of millions of viewers. She began by joking that she was going to make a big announcement that she had never been able to say in public before. She then said, "I'm just going to put it out there, loud and proud. I am single." She paused for laughter and applause, then added, "I hope you're not disappointed that there won't be a big coming out speech tonight. I already came out about 1,000 years ago, back in the Stone Age."
I'm just gonna put it out there, right? Loud and proud, right? So I'm gonna need your support on this. I am single.
She explained that she had come out to her friends, family, and co-workers gradually and proudly over the years, and that she did not feel the need to make a spectacle of her private life. She said that she resented the pressure that celebrities face to reveal their personal details to the media and the public. She said, "I'm sorry, that's just not me. You guys might be surprised, but I am not Honey Boo Boo Child." Foster later said that she did not regret her speech and that she felt liberated by it. She said that she wanted to share something personal with the audience and that she did not care about the backlash. She said, "I don't really care what people think. I did it for me." However, her speech was met with mixed reactions. Some praised her for being brave and honest, while others criticized her for being vague and confusing. Some even bring up her controversial friendship with Mel Gibson and allied her a hypocrite, Mel Gibson, who has been accused of racism, anti-Semitism, homophobia, and domestic violence. Gibson has been ostracized by the industry for his scandals involving his documented ugly behavior. He was arrested for a DUI in 2006 and unleashed an anti-Semitic rant. He was also caught on tape in 2010 screaming racist and slurs at his ex-girlfriend, who alleged he was physically abusive.
I don't work around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
Public, and it's a embarrassment to me. You look like a on heat, and if you get raped by a pack, it's your fault. All right?
Despite these allegations, Foster has stayed loyal to Gibson and defended him as a friend. She said that he is a problematic person, but also warm and affectionate and loving. Foster has been notoriously private about her personal life, rarely giving interviews or attending public events. She has two sons, Charles and Kit, whom she had with her former partner, Sydney Bernard. She married photographer Alexandra Hedison in 2014. Jodie is still active and successful in the film industry, both as an actor and as a director. She has recently starred in The Mauritanian, a drama based on the true story of a Guantanamo Bay detainee who was held without charge for 14 years. Jodie has had a remarkable life and career, full of challenges, secrets, and surprises. She has defied expectations and broken boundaries in the film industry, as well as in her personal life. She has shown her intelligence, integrity, courage, and versatility as an artist and as a human being. She has said that she makes all her movies about the same thing. It's ultimately death and being alone. It's existentialism, the meaning of life, all of those big things that would seem obnoxious if I went on about them. She has also said that she is not interested in fame or money, but in telling stories that matter to her. She has said, "I don't have anything to prove to anybody," which is a lovely place to be. That's it on Jodie Foster Rare Stories. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.